Hi Clever Pickles, welcome back to today's handwriting lesson, and today we are going to be using the letter Y to practice our handwriting. Before we get started, make sure that your pencil is nice and sharp, make sure that you've got a good spot to practice your writing at, and that you can reach your book properly. It's not too far away and it's not too close. Make sure when you're holding it, you're using your pencil grip. So we don't want to see a fist grip like this, and not necessarily any kind of strange placements of your pencil around here. The tripod grip is the best grip that you can use for your handwriting, and if you're struggling with that, make sure you ask for help. Okay, we're going to start with the date at the top line, and the date is just our warm-up. So I'm going to give you a pretend date, which is, I'm going to pretend it's Thursday, even though it's not. It's actually the weekend when I make this video, but I'm pretending. You need to find the actual day for today and write that down. Thursday. I'm going to pretend it's the 1st, and I'm going to pretend it's the 1st of November. I don't even know if the 1st of November is actually a Tuesday, but I'm making up a date for practice. Remember, this is our warm-up. That was definitely not my best M or my best N or my best Y, but that's okay. This is me getting my hand ready and practicing how much space I need to use when I move my fingers around to write in my book. And I'm just going to adjust that. Okay, so like I said, today is the letter Y. So for a capital, we come up into this sky space up here, which is the top dotted line. And for a Y, we're going to start off almost like we're writing a V. So we're going kind of pretending that we're starting a V up the top here, but then we're ending it like an X. We're combining our skills together. So let's see what that looks like. I do a line down here and then a line all the way down there. Okay, we're going to do that 6 times, only 6 times. That's all you need to practice. So let's start here and across. And we're trying to keep that very even. Imagine if I had kept going with that line, it would look like an X. So top section and then down into the bottom section. Now the tricky part with this is accidentally making it on too much of an angle. So if I start like this and then come across like that, that's definitely too big. It's not going to look like it's been formed correctly in my book. So I'm going to put a little cross on that, and I'm going to move to my next one, keeping it very similar sizing. And my last one, this is my 6th one. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see how much space that took up on the line just because of this big one here, which is part of the reason we try to keep our letters formed in a certain size and shape so that it all fits on our page nicely. Okay, lowercase y. Now our lowercase y is not so straight and pointy like this, it's more curved. So we start it almost like we're writing a U, and then we finish up with a tail down the bottom that's much like what we did when we practiced the letter J. So let's have a look at that. So we're doing this in our main body section here, which is what we like to call the grass section. Remember, this is the sky, this is the grass, this is the ground. So almost like a U, except I keep coming down with a tail. Okay, and it's a very similar curve. So let's see what it looks like when it's not the same kind of curve. See, it doesn't match. So we want it to look like it's very much aligned with each other. So starting off almost like a U, bringing it down, having a tail. And it's a really good point to stop where you think it's about halfway in this little area down here. So let's try that again. Start off like a U, come down with your tail. Beautiful. Now I've done 4, which means I only need 2 more. And let's look what it can look like if I do that tail too big. And that's going to get confusing. It might also flick up too far and join these together and make it look like it's a G. That would be way too much. Okay, so now we're going to move on to using the letter Y in some words. So let's start with the word yawn. Start off like a U, come down with the tail, and then the rest of the word yawn is all in this middle section here, our grass area. Next word is yell. Now yell, we're going to go down first, and then at the end with our double L, come up to the top dotted line. Our next word is yogurt. We come down for our Y, And we're going to do another tail for our G. Come up for our H. And up again for our T. Beautiful. Let's try Y at the end of some words. Let's start with baby. And this is going to be a great example for why we need to stop here and not make the tail of the Y too big. Because if I am coming up for my B, they don't cross over each other. See how they both just start and stop in that same spot. It doesn't get confusing. I can still see each word very clearly. Our next word is try. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it right near that Y. And as long as I start and stop my letters in the accurate spot, it's not going to get confusing. And our next one is happy. So I'm going to do it again. Come down for the P and again for the Y. Excellent, too easy. Okay, on our next one, we're going to do some drawing. This is the fun part where we get to have some fun with our letters. I'm going to draw 6 of my letter Y's, remembering a good finger space in between them. And see, have a look there. I didn't really touch that line very well. That's okay. I'm going to keep going. This is usually where our hands might get a bit tired at the end. So take a breath, let go of the pencil for a minute, wriggle your fingers, come back and keep concentrating. Okay, we're going to turn our Y into a yo-yo. And I think I would like to use orange for this one today. So actually, you know what? I'm going to use a bunch of different colors. The way I do this is I'm going to color a circle around the top of my Y. I want a red yo-yo and a brown yo-yo. You might want to put some designs on your yo-yo. Let's see. It's a darker brown there. I'd like to try a green yo-yo and a blue. Excellent. And then all I'm going to do to finish off my yo-yo is put the little ring at the end, which is what goes on your finger when you want to play with the yo-yo. And now I have 6 yo-yos. Okay guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.